Hey guys, this is a little bit overdue. One of my buddies on YouTube requested this a while ago. I never got around to it, but this is a Shelby video. This is Shelby. She's a little grumpy because I just woke her up to clean her cage. I'll show you that when it's all done. But here she comes. Oh, she's got poopy paws. Let me put her on my lap. So, she's an African pygmy hedgehog. She's what they call cinnamon colored. She's 1.5 years old. Coming up on 2. She'll be 2 in February. Or January, I believe. She was born at the very beginning of January or the very end of December. I'll have to check my paperwork. But anyway, she's a little turd. She's wicked cute. Right now, like I said, I'm cleaning out her cage. This is something I do once a week. I use a lot of fleece instead of the shaving bedding just because it's a lot easier to clean. You can just throw it in the laundry once a week. It's just out of convenience. But I'm going to go over some care and tips for these guys. I know there's a ton of videos out there, so I'm not going to, go too in depth. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, but as you can see, I don't know if you saw while she was unfurling, but she's got brown crap all over her paws. I'm going to tell you some of the things people don't tell you about hedgehogs. One is they poop a lot, like a whole lot. So you got to be prepared for that. And while they're cute, they're also pretty disgusting. She has a wheel that goes in her cage. She runs on that thing. These animals can run like 5 to 10 miles in a night. She runs around her cage. She does, I call it doing laps. And she also runs on her wheel. And they poop while they run. So they literally run through their own poop. So every morning when I get her up, the first thing I have to do is I put a couple inches of water in the tub. I stick her in there, let her run, and clean off all the poop on her feet. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll be right back. Okay, so here she is in the tub, getting her foot bath. I know you probably tuned into this to see a cute little hedgehog and not hear about poop, but that's the reality of these things. Like I said, they're adorable, and everyone posts their cute little Instagram pics and everything, but this is the truth of hedgehogs. You got to do this every day. So if you don't have time to do this or don't want to be bothered, don't get a hedgehog. She doesn't like when I mess with her either. But anyway, they can also carry salmonella in their poop. So whenever you're done handling them, you always need to wash your hands with antibacterial soap. That's another reason why these aren't great pets for kids, because they can have stuff like that. You're not supposed to kiss them and nuzzle them and stuff like kids want to do with pets. Some of them are kind of snuggly, but there was just an outbreak a while ago of salmonella, and the CDC found out it was from a bunch of people kissing their hedgehogs like idiots. So just don't do that stuff. That's not what owning one of these is about. They're not like dogs. You can't really tell them what to do. They're going to do their own thing. You can't really force yourself on them. See, she's hissing when I touch her. She's like that. It's okay. But anyway, you just kind of let them do their own thing. They sleep all day. I mean, she's hissy also because I just woke her up in the middle of the afternoon to clean her cage. But, I mean, they're nocturnal. They're up all night. And they sleep all day. So if you have a little kid and they get home from school and they want to play with their hedgehog, whatever, it's okay to get them up for an hour to play, a bit, but then you got to let them go back to sleep. You can't, be dragging the thing around with you everywhere all the time. They're just not that kind of animal. So just things to be aware of if you are looking to get one of these. Aside from that, they're super easy to take care of. There's just a few things you have to make sure of. I'll go over the cage stuff when I get her laundry all settled, and I get her cage all back together. But I mean, really, it's just you got to give them a foot bath every morning. You got to make sure they have water and food. They eat cat food, grain-free cat food. That's it. A little like 7 pound bag, which costs like 15 bucks, lasts more than a month. So they're super cheap to take care of too. Um, you can feed them snacks like there's you can look online for a full list of what they can and can't eat, but she loves chicken. She loves scrambled eggs. If I make scrambled eggs and come up in my room, she is like, she will wake up and be at the corner of her cage like, where is mine? Uh, so, yeah, she loves her scrambled eggs. Um, Roast beef, hamburger, all kinds of stuff. She will wolf that stuff down in no time flat. But she really wants out of this tub. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stop this video again. Oh shush, hissy. Uh, I'm gonna go get her cage all cleaned and set up, and then I'll show you what that's all about. Be right back. Okay, this is another weird thing they do. This is called anointing. And what they do is they find something that they like the smell of, and then they'll lick it a whole bunch, and they build up kind of like a foamy spit in their mouth, and then they lick it on their quills to transfer the smell to their quills. I've read about this, and there's not really a definitive why. Some people say it's like a camouflage technique. Some people say they just like the smell of something and want it on their quills, but she'll do this for a little bit and lick, 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 and build up the foam, and then she'll, I don't know if you can see that, but she's licking it on her quills. Like a little weirdo. And then she'll go right back to licking. And this is something I guess all hedgehogs do, not just her. And it's called anointing. They are strange little creatures. Oh, is that a good spot? And just be warned, if you have a hedgehog and they start anointing on you like this, they will nip. They won't bite you outright, but they will nip a little bit. So just be prepared. They got little teeth, but they are sharp. There she goes. That's anointing. She doesn't do this too often. Usually right after I give her a foot bath or give her an actual bath. You only give hedgehogs a bath about once a month. Unless they get like super, super dirty, or they're just anointing like every day and they're just covered with crap, you know, that they've been anointing on. But she really only anoints on my hand. Not really other stuff. And like I said, she doesn't really do it too often. Just when I have her in the tub and I take her out, she likes to. Oh, hissy. Like I said, she's grumpy because I woke her up to do this. So as soon as I get her cage back together, she'll run in her igloo and she'll go to sleep till about 2 o'clock this morning. Alright, so let me go get her cage together. Okay guys, so here's Shelby's cage. All her laundry's done. It's nice and clean. It's made out of, see these shelves over here? These wire cube shelves. You can get them on Walmart. They're like super cheap. I think they're like 20 bucks. And you get way more. Like I even have extras there, you could see. You get way more than enough to make a decent sized cage. This is actually probably too big for her, but I spoil her and I like her to have a lot of room to run around and stuff. So, I mean, 20 bucks for the wire shelving. You get zip ties at a dollar store, and then this white stuff that makes up the walls and the floor. It's basically plastic cardboard. I don't know if you could see that, but it's literally just plastic cardboard. I think the brand name for it is Coroplast. You can get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. You get a big 8x4 or 8x6 sheet for like 25 bucks. So, for like 50 bucks, you can make this huge cage as opposed to paying 50 bucks for a stupid little cage you get at a pet store. So it's really a good idea. And you don't have to make it as big as mine. Other things that you will need for the cage is, one, you're going to need some place for them to hide. As you can see, she has quite a few. She has her igloo. She has this little fleece tunnel I got on Etsy. Tons of people make those things. If you look on there, she's got this little always open pouch. It's got a wire thing in here to keep it always open for her to go in and out. And I got fleece strips in there. Same thing with her igloo. She likes to burrow and dig into things, so that's why I put those in there. Of course, the food and water bowl, couple toys. These are just dollar store cat toy ball things. She's got a little stuffed hedgehog. She likes to grab him by the foot, drag him around a bit. They will need a wheel. I believe that one it's called a Carolina Storm Wheel. They're, again, like maybe 15, 20 bucks online. It came with the litter pan that fits underneath it. And she'll run on that thing every night. And I've had it for a year and a half, and it's not even close to quitting. So they're, it doesn't look like much. It's just some PVC pipe, a plastic wheel, and some skate bearings. You could probably make one yourself if you wanted to. But, they're great. I've had no problems with mine. And when this one actually does get, too worn, I'm probably just going to buy another one. The litter pan, usually recommended to have one, especially under the wheel, because they are going to pee and poop when they're running in the wheel. They will go in the litter pan if they're like pooping all over the floor and stuff. All you got to do is just scoop it up and put it in the litter box. And within probably about a week or so it took her, she starts getting used to, oh, that's where it's supposed to go. And she will actually go in the litter box most of the time. I also you need some heat lamps. Well, depending on the size of your cage. I have 2 because it's a fairly large cage and I need to keep it warm. You'll need heat lamp, a thermometer, which is what this little guy is. I don't know if you can see it, but it's on 80, 81. And that little guy on the wall there is an automatic thermostat. So now that it's 81, that's clicked off. And when it drops to about 79, 78, it will click back on and turn these lamps back on to keep it a nice steady heat in here. I'm not going to go into why you need to keep it at a certain temperature and everything, but just you have to keep this climate controlled. As far as lamps go, these are, I think they're Flukers reptile lamps. They're called ceramic heat emitter bulbs, CHE for short. They give off no light, which is important because these creatures are nocturnal and you don't want, they need their dark time, so you don't want a light in here all the time. Just make sure when you get any kind of lamp, this is a ceramic socket. Make sure it has a ceramic socket if you're using ceramic heat emitter bulbs because they get really hot. I mean, I'm touching it, but it is really hot. But because it is ceramic, I can touch it. If you use like a regular shop lamp like that, it has a plastic socket, and that can melt and cause a short and cause a fire, which you don't want. So make sure you get a proper lamp, you get the proper bulbs, you have a thermometer so you can keep track of the temperature, and a thermostat so you can control the temperature. And the other thing here is the shop lamp. It's just a 60-watt bulb and a normal old clamp shop lamp. These things are I think like $5-10 on eBay. And then a little dollar store timer. You need to have about a 12-hour light dark period for these guys. Again, I'm not going to go into why and everything like that. There's whole videos on that. But just know that they need to have a 12-hour day. They need to, with light versus dark, and they need to have a climate control cage. Also, as you can see here, I got a t-shirt on her igloo. This is a little trick if you got a fussy or a grumpy hedgehog. I just do this out of habit now, but it really helped when I first got her to get used to me. This is just a pajama shirt. I wear it like 3 nights a week, and then I'll take it off and I'll throw it in the cage. I usually just plop it on top of her igloo, but you can throw it out there so they can run around digging it, whatever. She chewed a huge hole in it because she's a little turd. But anyway, what it does is it helps them acclimate to your smell and get used to you because they are like skittish little creatures. So that really helped her like kind of warm up to me. I don't know really what else to say other than this is her cage. There she is. No, she doesn't like when you wake her up and bug her while she's trying to sleep, but... Oh, here comes the hissing. Oh, did I wake you up? I'm sorry. But she'll be there. It's, what time is it? It's about 10:44 now. I'm going to turn all the lights off. I just had them on so I could show you this stuff, but... Turn the clamp light off. I usually turn my room light off. Another thing you can get is I just have a desk lamp here. This has a red bulb in it. So when I want to turn my lights off at night, if I need light myself, red light doesn't seem to bother them too much. So I'll just turn that on and it just gives me a little light to be able to see in her cage if I need to or whatever. I mean, other than that, like I said, there's tons of videos on like what I use this stuff right here, Nature's Miracle. That's what I clean her cage with. I clean it once a week. I do her laundry once a week. Her wheel gets cleaned every morning, and her foot bath gets given to her every morning. And then I just put her back in here and let her go to sleep. So, okay, another thing is I don't plan these videos. I don't make like an outline or bullet points or anything like that. So I'm sorry if the information's a little haphazard and random. But, oh, shush, hissy. She wants to go back to sleep. But just little things that I remembered. Clipping their nails. There's entire videos on YouTube about how to clip their nails, when to do it, stuff like that. So instead of wasting time in my video with that, I'd rather you go support other people's channels who have all that information and took the time to make, you know, more involved videos on those kinds of subjects. So, you know, clipping their nails, exactly what you can and can't feed them, you know, stuff like that. Just do a quick YouTube search. There's tons of information. There's also a lot of Hedgehog forums that you can go visit. She's getting exploratory. And just remember, all animals have personalities, and they have different personalities. So you might get one that's all super snuggly and nice. You might get one that's just grumpy all the time like she is. You know, just as I said, don't force yourself upon the animal. Let them do what they want. I mean, right now she's fine. She's just kind of crawling around and stuff. I'm sure she wants to go back to sleep. But, you know, there's times where I'll put a hoodie on with a double pocket on the front, and she'll just crawl in there and curl up, and I can just sit there and rub her tummy for 2 hours while she goes to sleep in there while I watch a movie, and, you know, she won't budge. But the minute you start, you know, like poking her and trying to get her out of the pocket, whatever, she'll get all hissy and just doesn't want anything to do with you. So you just gotta kind of let them be them. And once again, I'll be right back. That's really all there is to it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll play one more clip after this of her just kind of being cute after her foot bath. But aside from that, again, thanks for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask in the comments, and I can either answer them myself or I'll link you to an appropriate video or forum that has the answers you're looking for. So, thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.